Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. In New York, we had a 3-day talk series. You can see it on the YouTube. And the topic was Beyond Hurry, Worry and Curry. And they were so happy that these 3 things are taken into consideration in satsang. And then they expected that I will give them different recipes for the curry, how to make sabji out of papad, papad sabji. See, everything depends on the quality of mind with which we come in contact with the world. See, you know, in the earlier days, the barber used to go from house to house, or we used to go to barber shop. And he was all the time taking care of his razor. One person had 4 or 5 customers sitting in the chair. So Sunday, so he did whitewash to everybody, did half so that he can't run away to other shop. These are the professional secrets. Then his son came, small boy, about 12 years, and said, "Dad, you are having so much of work, I want to help you." So what I tell if you want to shave somebody. So he takes the razor. "Beta, be careful, it's very sharp, don't cut your hand, okay? Start." You can cut somebody's throat, don't cut your hand, because it is very sharp. See, the razor with which a barber works, he takes care of it so diligently. We work with the world by the instrument of mind. And what we have done till date to take care of the mind. See, we take care of our surroundings, green energy, green vegetable, green tea, green sari, green mirchi, see, everything green, we take care. Then we take care of our figure. Figure ki fikr sabko hoti hai. We take care of our bills to be paid. But when it comes to the mind, what efforts we have put till date to take care of the mind? See, our mind is like what? You know, the garden and the forest, both of them have plants, trees, shrubs, vegetations. But when we go to the forest, we are afraid. And when we go to the garden, we are happy. Now, what is the difference between the two? In garden and the forest, the difference is how the plants grow. In case of the forest, the plants and trees are growing without any control, anywhere, any tree. All kinds of wild animals living, habitating that forest. And therefore, when we go, we feel afraid. Now, what is a garden? Garden is that where every plant is selected, planted, protected, pruned, irrigated, then fertilizers are added, and a distance is kept between the trees, proper distance. Now look within. Our mind is a garden और या हूं, चाहे मुझे कोई जंगली कहे. What is our mind? Is it a garden or it is a jungle? And therefore, we are so afraid of our own mind. And because we are afraid of our own mind, we run away from ourselves. And how do we run away from ourselves? Either we are putting something, plugs in our ears, and all the dishing. We don't want to face our mind. Or else we will be doing some exercise, or we will be going to the temple and eating the Lord's head. Ram 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 Ram. Afraid of our mind. See, friends. Therefore, if we want to really have success in life without stress, where is the stress? Where is the locus of the stress? See, if you take a pumpkin in a carry bag, plastic one, lift it. Where is the tension? Is the tension on the pumpkin or the bag that is carrying it? Pumpkin is without tension. It is the bag which is carrying the tension. Where is the world? World is without tension. See? The world that we carry in our carry bag of the mind, that mind is tense. See, the children are without tension, they are enjoying, and the parents are, "Pata nahi, bada hoke kya banega." See, what we have become? They are our children only. What else they can become? Therefore, friends, if we understand this principle, the world exists in our mind, and the tension is not in the world. The tension is in our mind. The stress is in our mind. So, if we take care of the mind, we take care of the world. And to take care of the mind should be available to us. See, is the mind available to us? See, I'll give one or two examples. How the mind is not available to us. Example. Many times, we old people like us, when we come across the youngsters, we start talking about our past. And when we talk about our past, we are extremely inspired, because we are reliving our past. So we have nothing but the past. Old people have no future. They have only past. So they will be talking all the time about the past. And youngsters are interested in their future. They are not interested in our past. But this we don't understand, because we are overpowered by our own past experiences. So if we remain alert, if we remain vigilant, whether the person in front of us is ready to listen to us or we are a Vedantin. Vedantins are those who make you listen what you don't want to listen. See, there was one man running and other person was following him, chasing him. So the people asked him, what happened? First of all, catch that fellow, then I'll tell you. So that person was caught. And what next? See, he used to come to my house and teach me Vedanta. Because he was coming to my house, I couldn't run away anywhere. Just to take the revenge, I started telling him the same thing. But when I tell him the same thing, he runs away. But I want to take the revenge. He has to listen to me. See, friends, whether other people want to listen to us or not, we are not aware. See? And then the stress and strain come. See, one person told me, elderly person, Swamiji, I don't know how to tell these youngsters. They don't take the benefit of my experience. I am ready to give free. I said, I also tell you. What is that? I have taken food. The food is very good. My experience is wonderful. You don't have to take. Take only experience. Don't take food. See? It is not a blood transfusion. Experience cannot be given. You have to have your own experience. And therefore, the first important thing to work with the mind is, we have to be alert whether wherever we are participating, required or not required. If not required, there is one website, keepmouthshut.com. Therefore, stress is in the mind, and if you don't take care of the mind, success cannot be. Now, the second important aspect about the stress. Stress is an attempt to solve the non-existing problems. And this is called as worry. If you want to be, if you want to get freedom from worries, go to UP, Bihar, Orissa, Bengal or Nepal. But going there, how can we get freedom from worries? Because in these places, V is pronounced as B. So, in these places, people are never worried. They are buried. No worries. See, friend, it is necessary that try to remain in the present. And when you remain in the present, there is no load on our mind. Any load you carry, you cannot be comfortable. Suppose you are carrying the NRI suitcases on your head. See? At least these days, the NRIs are a little bit improved. When they used to come to India, they used to feel in India, even tissue papers are not available. So they will be coming huge things, and put it on the head of that poor coolie. And thereafter, that person who is carrying that whole load, you stop him and tell him a joke. Will he laugh? He cannot. Because he is carrying the load. This is called a physiological load, rather physical load. Second is the physiological load. You must have seen sometimes people sit, suddenly somebody gets up in between, kicking, everybody goes out. And I don't know why this fellow got suddenly like this thing. It is not sudden. He was able to have the BP tolerance up to a particular level. BP means bladder pressure. And after that bladder pressure tolerance level is crossed, then yad gatvan anivartante tad dhama paramam mama. You cannot take that pressure, that load, that burden. Now the third burden is the psychological burden, the mental burden. All the time talking about the past. In one of my management gimmicks, we have had this typical thing. It was a non-traditional management conference, where I told them, you come with the whole family, 3-4 generation, 2G, 3G. India is expert in 2G, 3G scams. You can come. See? So these neckties, Hari, they also came. And their spouse and the spice, whatever it is, they also came. The grandparent, the children. So with these necktie fellows, I used to have 1 or 2 sessions. Evening, general satsang, everybody can participate and enjoy. So we used to have some kind of games. One day this was the game. I said, hey, come on, I'll call somebody and you have to tell something about it. So I called one small boy. Come. What? Now you face them and tell something about you in 5 minutes. I have nothing to tell. No, try anything you tell, we will not object. It's a problem for him. I like chocolates. First. Again, now what to talk. I don't like to go to school. Then again problem, what to do? I want to play, but mummy doesn't allow me to play. Again struggle, what to tell. Finally he gave up. He said, this is all I have to talk about me, I am over. I said, no, only 2 minutes he spoke, 3 minutes are still there, you have to talk. He said, I cannot talk. I said, no, then you simply stand here. He said, if I stand and do susu then? I said, then you go. Because he has nothing to talk. Thereafter, 178 not out was called. And when the 78 not out came, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We have to call the police. He is not ready to stop. See, the small child has hardly any past to talk about, and is only has nothing but the past and only to talk about, whether other want to listen or not. Therefore, children have no problem because they have no excess time at their disposal. Old people have to live 24 hours a day, and therefore there are problems. See, friends, it is very necessary for us to recognize that we are carrying this mental load on our mind. So like we told you, the physical load is a problem, the physiological load is a problem. Similarly, this is a mental load of our past. All the time talking about, try this thing. Don't ask anybody about their past and don't open your Kundalini before anybody. I told my friend, hey, don't tell anybody. To you I am telling because you are my special friend. You know, before becoming Babaji, actually, I committed murder. And then, just to hide, I am putting on. But don't tell anybody, okay? Because you are my friend, I am telling you. Of course, I won't tell to anybody. He goes, he also has one very special friend. To him he tells, don't tell anybody about Swamiji, nobody knows. He told me only, I am telling you. And like that it went, and finally it came to a person who was my friend. Swamiji, people are talking about you so terrible things. Who told them? Where from it started? It started from me. See, friends, it is necessary that we take care of our mind. The mind should not be allowed to behave the way it wants. Then only the stress will disappear from the mind. Therefore, all the success of life is if you have successfully kept your mind under your control. And the mind can be controlled only under two conditions. Not by the curfew of pranayama. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Prana bandhanat liyate manaha eka chintanat nashametyadaha. By the prana bandhan, by the pranayam, mind can be controlled. See, just now do the experiment. Take the air inside and hold for half an hour. Are you laughing? When you hold the breath, when there is no movement, mind stops thinking. How simple it is. So we get lost only in pranayam. Now let's do pranayam. So during the curfew of pranayam, mind is controlled. The moment the curfew is lifted, then the mind comes out with vengeance. This is exactly what happens. After meditation, people become cranky. Because in meditation, what they have done, daba daba kar. What happened? Don't disturb. This funny kind of mudras in meditation. I was having my tooth problem recently before I came to US. In China and Korea, when I went, eating only grass, so all the grass has gone inside the teeth. So I had to take the digging thing and remove it. And in that, one thing broke somewhere. And it is not coming out. Then my face became like Hanumanji. So I had to go to the doctor and he did everything. And he said, I am not going to talk other than the lecture. In that also one person asked a question, how do you feel? So I wrote on the paper, sentidental. Because dental was involved. Now if you have got a root canal, and with the root canal use it for meditation, what will be the mudra? It will be which is this pranayam. If physical illness is there, we are so disturbed. Mental illness is there. Not only we are disturbed, the world around us is also disturbed. आगे वेदांती अब शुरू हो जाएगा lecture. See friends, therefore merely by prana bandhan mind cannot be controlled. So the mind can be controlled only if we lead a disciplined life. Life has to be disciplined. One of the name of Arjuna was Gudakesha. Gudakesha means he who has conquered the sleep. Oh, then I also can be Gudakesha. I also conquered the sleep. I can go to sleep anywhere, even in the satsang. That is not conquering the sleep has conquered you. Oh, see, conquering the sleep means what? We can enter the sleep and come out of the sleep without an alarm 100% all the time. Then we have conquered the sleep. Otherwise we keep the alarm and then the alarm and again go to sleep. That is not conquering the sleep. So when we remain disciplined in everything that we do, and the discipline, if it is self-imposed, it is a freedom. Like those of you who have come of your own, you will enjoy. And those of you who are tied down with a lead and brought over here, chalo na, come on, all the time, why this fellow is talking and what is there to talk? And then nothing to हमको सब मालूम है. Then it becomes a burden. See friends, if we lead a self-disciplined life, it's a joy, it's a total freedom. See? And this is possible, be attentive, if we are inspired in life. Stress comes when we function under compulsion. When we function under compulsion, then there is no charm in life. Life is mechanical. See? Like many years before, I used to be in Calcutta. And one beautiful thing I discovered in Calcutta, there was some work for me to go to municipal office with some paper. And when I reached there was no electrical energy. So that person was simply sitting down with the head down. So I went, no response. I thought he's dead. So I tried to touch him. Then I said, these are the papers, can you do something? He showed me the fan. Fan is not moving. Therefore, mouth doesn't open. See, that day I discovered in Bengal we have got Chatterjee, Banerjee, Mukherjee, but no energy. See, their understanding is they go to the office as if they are obliging the nation. See? And therefore there is no charm in life. Life becomes mechanical. See, stress can be deleted if we lead our life under inspired mode. We have to live in inspiration. And when we do anything in inspiration, that time you are living in meditation. So, success without stress means when we start living in meditation, every action of ours is a success because external prosperity and internal peace, this balance is perfectly maintained. Then only it is a success. Therefore, we have to take care of this mind. So one thing I told you, we have to unload the past load. Don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Second thing, we have to lead our life under inspiration and not compulsion. See, if we have to cook food every day, and if we enjoy cooking, I was in Bethlehem before coming here, and my hostile, I told you that day, the 3-4 things. The man of the house is host, the lady is hostile, the children are hostilities, and I am hostage. So, my hostile, she's a very peculiar lady. She is extremely interested in cooking. Now see, a lady of the house, if she is interested in cooking, she will never be bored. And the one who is not is Vadani, every day on pepperoni, Bhagwan is ghar mein mujhe kyun bheje? In such houses, when the food is cooked under disgust, everybody suffers from perpetual constipation. The food is not prepared cheerfully and happily. See? So one simple way to remove the stress, every moment our level of inspiration must be maintained. Whatever we do must be an inspired performance, not as a burden. अब जी के क्या करेंगे? My only worry about these people is they say these songs, but they don't die. No inspiration to die. Therefore, controlling the mind means living in an inspired mode. This is the first instruction Bhagavan Krishna gives to Arjuna. Klaivyam asmagama partha na etat tvai upapadyate kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam. The weakness of the mind is giving submission to the stress and the strain. How can stress overpower us? We have to have the absolute control over ourselves. For that, start your day in an inspired mode. See, today I was talking in the other place morning. What we require really in life to get freedom from the stress is self-confidence. Self-confidence can come if we are living our life in an inspired mode, and that inspiration and self-confidence can come if our knowledge and actions do not contradict each other. See? Our knowledge is we go to satsang. Our knowledge is we should start our day early in the morning. Before we become anybody, that nobody should finish the spiritual practice and then become somebody. We appreciate really. At night when I was snoring away, that time I was nobody, and therefore no thoughts, no worries, no miseries, all bliss. Good. So what is meditation? Meditation is extension of the deep sleep into the waking without sleeping. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune. Extension of the sleep into the waking. What is the sleep and what is the waking? Waking is that wherein we are awakened to the absolute and not getting influenced by the relative world. See, that is awakening. But if we are overpowered by the relative world, then the stress comes. And when the stress comes, our self-confidence goes away. And when the self-confidence goes away, our performance becomes not as required. And then failure is guaranteed. Therefore, to maintain this self-confidence, we have to begin our day early in the morning. And for that, now see one by one step. And if we have to begin our day early in the morning, you have to conclude your night early. See? But we people, we keep on saying late night shows. Bahu ka kya hua? Achar. As if we have got less problem in our life. We invite from the useless cereals. Cereal khao, dekho mat. But that becomes, the other day I was in South India, Hubli I think. And there is a group of Gujaratis. Gujaratis are everywhere if you go. When these people landed on the moon, there they saw Patel Motel. Anywhere you go, they are there. So there also a good number of Gujaratis. So they invited me, Swamiji, you please come to address us. I went there. And when I was going on the stage, this one elderly person told, Swamiji, please bring this point in your talk. Our, younger generation is spoiled because of the TV culture. You please tell something. I said, okay. I came. I was advised to talk on the TV culture, and my observation is our elder generation is spoiled because of the TV. And he started, no. I said, yes. Why? No. You go to all the houses. These oldies are so glued to the TV, they don't want to leave the TV. See? In earlier days, the old people used to read Bhagavad, Ramayana, do japa and do something love. Now they are all the time, don't disturb, bahu aa rahi hai. When their, select show is going on, that time you go to some people's house and then you watch them. Pata nahi kahan se aa gaya. See, friends. So if we see how simple it is, if you want to start your day in inspired mode, start early. To start early, conclude early. And when you conclude early, unwanted thoughts do not enter your mind. We want to take care of the calories going inside, but we don't take care of what kind of garbage is put in our head. See, Kayadhu, who was the mother of Prahlad, she was given prenatal education by the great doctor that time, Narada. And as a result, out of that Daitya mother, a great devotee was born. See, friends. Therefore, if we really want to free ourselves from the stress, don't collect unwanted garbage. Most important. At night, we go and see those, Harry Potter type of things, and then we sleep and the same kind of dreams come, Swamiji, do you get dreams sometime? I said, of course I get. What type of dreams you get? I said, you tell me what type of. Oh, Swamiji, I always get very horrible dreams, that I am sleeping and then, one black cat comes and then she sits on my chest and I feel so miserable. I want to shout but I cannot, and then she cuts my jugular vein and like the Coca-Cola, she starts and I feel so miserable. Then what type of dream do you get? I said, yes, I also get. One dream I told. I said, once I was going somewhere by car and as usual, there was a traffic jam. So when there is traffic jam, you can do nothing, only have patience. So I was looking out from the window of this car and there were a good number of people around, and in the center there was one person that is a monkey charmer. Dun, 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 dun. One monkey tied down with a rope. He had a stick on his shoulder, like this thing, nicely dressed, jean and a necktie and everything, and moving around collecting money. Thereafter, Gangaram, Gangaram, Gangaram is again one more round and some money. Then, will you like to get married to Rupamati? Yes, he is very happy. Again move. This portion over. Then Rupamati is got. Nice skirt and whatever they call, I don't know. So that was put on. And then she was moved 2-3 times, money is collected. And then Rupamati, Rupamati, will you get married to Gangaram? Tang, 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 tang. And Rupamati said, thu, thu, thu. And people are very happy. Again money is collected and my car moves away because traffic is gone. And the only thing that I do every day, morning, evening, is giving lecture. So this is the only dream I get. I am giving lecture. And this kind of thought has come. Many times I get lovely thoughts in the dream. So this kind of things are going on. That day what I dreamed, that I went home, finished everything and slept and dreamed. Gangaram is giving the lecture and Rupamati is listening the lecture. What kind of contents we have in our mind, that alone will come out in the dream. See, friends. And the contents of the mind we are not controlling. And we consider ourselves to be intellectuals. We are intellectuals, therefore we suffer intelligently. Remain intelligent, don't suffer in life. See, friends. Therefore, when such people who are carrying the stress created by them, they don't get even sleep. See? So when they don't get the sleep, they have to take a pill or they want a particular type of pillow. If that also doesn't help, pillow. See? Spiritual sleep. Stress is created because we feed our mind with the wrong types of thoughts. See, take care. There won't be stress. See? Like you read somewhere that there was an accident in the flight and all that, and then you have to go and worry, I hope nothing happens. Unnecessarily worrying. There was one man, he was going by a flight and he heard Akashvani, don't go by this flight. This flight is going to crash. So he got on. I'm getting terrible heart pain, I don't know. So they unloaded him. Then he has to go, so he went to the railway station. He was getting into the compartment, again the same voice, don't go by this train. This train is going to collide. And he gets down. The plane really crashed, the train also really crashed. Then he wanted to go by bus. So he bought a ticket when he was boarding, don't go by this bus. This bus is going to fall in a ditch and all are going to die, don't go by this. Now this man becomes angry. Hey man, whosoever you are, where were you when I got married? Worries. See? How much worries, and these worries are wrong interaction with the given situation. See? If we learn this principle, worries do not deliver any solution. Worries are barren, they don't deliver. See friends, and then there cannot be any stress. So the mind has to be disciplined. Then to discipline the mind, we have to have a strict discipline on ourselves. Second thing, the mind has to be fed with proper type of diet. One of the spiritual practice, many people ask us, Swamiji, what should we do? One of the things you try, read the life stories of great masters. I am not telling about gods. This thing I learned from a child. Many years before, when I was young, I was talking to kids. And because whatever we read in the books, that only we were talking. And the children are smarter than the Babajis. So one child raised the hand. He said, Swamiji, yes, I don't believe in these stories. Dhruva went and stood there on one leg doing tapasya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I can't believe. Because I can't stand even on two legs for 5 minutes. And he stood for, so many months on one leg, it is impossible. He is right. You can't deny the child. Then you told us the story of Bhagwan Krishna. What story? That Bhagwan Krishna lifted that mountain Govardhan on his small finger. He said, how it is possible? When somebody lifts a small finger, he tells I have to go. And he lifted that whole mountain. And suppose he lifted, so what? He is God. If God will not do, who will do it? See how intelligent this is. That day onwards, I stopped giving examples from our scriptural literature. We want someone who was like us, and yet he has grown into a gigantic personality. Then it is possible for us. We also can. And it is for this purpose, regularly read the life stories of great masters. Then we know, hey, it is possible. It is not an imagination. See, like Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, he had never an opportunity to be in the company of a lady right from birth. He had no mother to take care of him, no grandmother, and he was brought up in a ashram. There only everything, only gents. For the proper unfoldment of a personality, the feminine part is necessary. He didn't have that. He studied well Ramayana. He was giving lectures. One of the audience thought, he is a good person as a groom to my daughter. So he proposed and got married. That was the first time Tulsidas Ji came in contact with a woman, that too as a wife. So much infatuated, attracted, dedicated, nothing else other than. So after he finishes his job, he'll come only wife. One day when he came, it was raining heavily and wife was not at home. They were staying in the same town, Varanasi. So he thought, oh, she must have gone to her parents' house. So he could not stay without her. So like a Hindi cinema hero, in that heavy rains, riding on the dead body flowing in the Ganges, he crossed the river, and then from the backside of the house, climbing on the tree like a hero, he entered. So that girl, he expected, darling, for me you have done so much. I really love you. I also love you. Aha. She said, are you not ashamed? Is this the way to enter the house? See? For what? For this dirty body made of bones and muscles, carrying blood and filth and urine? You are so mad after this body? If you are that much mad after the Lord, He will reveal Himself to you. And that was enough for Him to change. And out of an ordinary person, Tulsi Das was born. How many wives must have said this thing to how many husbands? And how many became Tulsi Das and how many became Devadas? Jaun to jaun. See, friends, unless we become sensitive, then only the experiences of our life, they are our best guru. See, many people have this notion, holding on to one guru and make him suffer. See? If you study the Bhagavad Mahapuran, there is a story about Bhagwan Dattatreya. And Bhagwan Dattatreya was so happily lying down as Avadhut. The king Yadu, he comes and tells, Master, you have nothing, no wife, no children, no kingdom, no property, no wealth, nothing. How come you are so happy? He said, therefore I am happy. Then he said, where from you learnt it? Who taught you? He said, I have 24 gurus. Daridri mat bano, yakkich guru hai. Hare Rama. Learn from everything and everybody. Then that guru is invoked in your heart. Guru is not a person, it is a principle. See, friends. But then we hold on to the guru, and the other name of the guru is heavy. See, Guru, Gurutva Akarshan Shakti. See, Guru the heaviness. Therefore, when we decide that every experience of our life is our Guru, and who is the Guru? From whom we learn. If we refuse to learn, even God cannot teach us. Bhagwan Krishna, we may call Krishnam Mande Jagat Guru. What Jagat Guru? He could not teach to Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra anything. How can he be Jagat Guru? Guru is our ability to learn from even a passing experience, and our readiness, our courage to change ourselves in the light of new wisdom. Then that Guru is invoked in our heart. Such a person feels never lonely because he is in a constant process of learning. And when we keep the principle of learning intact, we never grow old. You know some of the symptoms of old age? One of the symptoms is he knows answers to all the questions. The only problem is nobody asks him any question. समझ गया, old हो गया. Similarly, the second thing is that आप सीख के क्या करेंगे, मरना ही है, जल्दी मरो फिर. That also they don't do. Keep learning, keep learning. Doesn't matter whether you use or you don't use. See, the Pashupata Astra, which was earned by Arjuna by doing so much of tapasya and war with Bhagwan Shiva, that Pashupati Astra he has never used in his whole life. even on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yet he earned it. So when the process of learning is kept intact, we don't grow old. And when we don't grow old, we have no stress, we have no worries, we have no frustration. Youngsters are full of life because they have a lot of things to do in front of them. Therefore, stress happens if we are leading our life mechanically. No mechanical lifestyle. Every moment we lead cheerfully and happily, inspired, with a disciplined mind, some higher goal in life. See how the life becomes beautiful. Whenever we look at the life as a problem, we develop stress. Change the spelling of the problem into challenge. Stress will disappear. See, there was one boy in Gujarat, Maninagar, Ahmedabad. After my lecture was over, I was coming down, he was coming up. I said, hey, get down, let me get down. No, but I have a question. I said, doesn't matter, let me get down. Then question, what is wrong if I run after girls? So there were other people. They pulled him aside. I said, why are you pulling him in? I said, no, Swamiji is asking nonsense. I said, who are you to decide he is nonsense or not? He is putting his problem. Or you also have the same problem. What is wrong if I run after the girls? I said, nothing wrong. At your age, if you don't run after the girls, then there is something wrong. Run or run. No, you are not understanding. I said, I know, you are afraid. Do you want a company? I can join with you. No, Swamiji, I don't know how to tell you. I said, look here, this is not your question. I am converting the stress into a positive understanding energy. Understand this. I said, your problem question is not this. Your problem and question is, whenever you want to study or do something, your mind takes you for a ride and you just can't concentrate. And therefore you are disgusted, is it not? I think you are right, this is what I want to ask. When we are in stress, we cannot even rewrite our own problem. We don't know what is the problem because we are stressful. Therefore, tadvijnanartham gurumeva vigachet. We have to learn the art of disciplined thinking. See, thinking, worrying, and disciplined thinking, three things. Worrying and disciplined thinking, both things are nothing but thoughts. Those thoughts which entangle us in our own process of thinking is called as worry. And those thoughts which help us liberate ourselves from our own process of thinking, that is called as contemplation. Both are thoughts. See? Worry or the stress is the first type of thought. We think to create problems for ourselves. We don't think to get out of the problems. And then the stress comes. And with a stressful mind, we cannot solve the problems of life. See, friends, therefore, working on the mind, because the stress is in the mind. Stress is not in the world. Stress is not in the body, stress is in the mind. And when we start working on the mind, then you start learning such lovely things. And one of the lovely things is, let our life be not a mechanical existence. See? And when we don't lead life mechanically, every day is an inspired day. And when you live in inspiration, sky is the limit for your success. Our inspiration is, do time ka khana mil gaya, bas ho gaya. Think something higher. So to that boy who asked me about this, I said, look here, your problem that your mind runs after the girls, how to get out of it. I said, first thing I want to congratulate you that you have pinpointed your problem. If you can pinpoint your problem, half the battle is won. See? Now the second thing. If you want to drop the lower life, you have to have a higher goal in life. See? Higher the goal in life, lower things automatically drop. Our goal of life is, in the morning I should get a bed tea. Such people who continue sleeping after the sunrise, in the next life, they become khatmal. They become bed bugs. This comes in the Khatmal Mahapuran, you don't know. Start your day in an inspired mood. See the joy of life. See, friends, there cannot be any stress. Now one more thing, why the stress mars our success is because we have wrong spelling. Don't take any situation as a problem of life. See, there is one beautiful shloka which tells in short, Dagdham dagdham punarapi punaha kanchanam kantavarnam. When the gold ore is subjected to fire again and again, the gold becomes brighter and brighter. Every problem of our life is taken as a challenge, then every situation brightens the best of us. Then we are inspired. Then we are successful. You all must have heard Ramayana. According to Valmiki Ramayana, Bhagwan Ramachandra ruled for 11,000 years. Not 4 years, 5 years. 11,000 years. Now, out of 11,000 years, 14 years only he went in the forest. Out of 14 years, 13 years he was in Chitrakoot, Majja, no problem. Out of that 1 year, 6 months he was having hospitality of the saints and sages and taking all, good hospitality without going to hospital. And then in the remaining 6 months, Gabbar Singh comes. Ravana comes. And after Ravana comes, he takes away Sita. Which Sita? The one who is a fake Sita, not the original. Only Xerox copy. Not the original. Original was hidden in the fire. Now from this story of Ramayana, remove this portion of 14 years and read Ramayana. Dasharatha had no children, so he was worried, and therefore he conducted an operation, Putra Kameshti. What is the mistake? Why Putra is not happening? Putra Kameshti. And then the children were born. And Rama was a goody one. He used to help his brothers. He used to get himself purposely defeated so that his brothers say, such goody characters are terrible. Be aware of them. So, he was like that. And then he got married. And thereafter, he lived happily for 11,000 years. Who will read this Ramayana? It's necessary. It is necessary. Every difficulty is a stroke of chisel and hammer to bring out the best in us. It is not a problem. It is an opportunity. See? I received one beautiful SMS. Somebody came and knocked twice. Who is there? I am opportunity. So this person didn't open the door. He was busy. Again, after some time, doctor. Who is there? I am opportunity. He didn't open. Then the opportunity said, how come you don't open? Because you are not opportunity. Because opportunity never knocks twice. It comes only once. Take every experience of our life as an opportunity. And this can happen if we are inspired in our living. See, friends, success is bound to be. So external prosperity and inner poise together is called as real success in life. Normally what we understand, fulfilling the desires in the external world and collecting a lot of money and things and friends and enemies, that is success. No. Fulfillment of desires does not give us a fulfillment in life. See the people, you know, in Bhagavad Mahapuran some stories come. One of the stories go like this. There was a king, like, you know, Rishabdev, who was the father of Bharat. So he ruled for 10,000 years. After ruling for 10,000 years, he handed over the kingdom to Bharata, his eldest son, and he went to the forest for doing tapasya, etc. Now what we have to learn and what we learn? We learn how it is possible 10,000 years. That is not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, even if you are ruling the whole world for 10,000 years, yet you cannot get fulfillment in life from the world. See, friends, fulfillment of life comes only when you are at peace with yourself. See, friends, once I was going in Norway probably, me, my friend, his wife and two daughters. Daughters were small. One was 7 years, other was 9 or 10 years. So the husband was driving the car, the wife was driving the husband, and I was sitting back side in the center. This side one girl, this side other girl, and our procession was going. And lady told Swamiji, see, these girls are sleeping, wake them up. We have spent so much of money to come and see this beauty and they are sleeping. See? So I said, hey, your mummy tells me, oh, sleep. The real joy is not outside. See, friends. Therefore, inside, if there is a fulfillment, you have successfully lived the life. In Taittiriya Upanishad, a mantra comes. In the old days, there are two problems that people carry. One is the problem of regrets about what I should have done that I have not done. Second regret, what I should not have done that I have done. Regrets. And these regrets are so subtle and deep, neither you can talk to anybody, nor they can be deleted, because the old people are afraid of computers. Beta, tum karo, main nahi karo. As if you know it is going to bounce on you. Try. You know, like people have got heterophobia, they have compophobia. Learn. And then we come to know that in this old age, if something is with us, is only our mind. And if that mind has discovered fulfillment in life, then see, life is such wonderful. Then we have successfully lived the life. In one place, when I went somewhere in the eastern part of India, there, somebody's house I went for food. That is my profession. And after seeing the old lady of the house, the mother-in-law, the daughter-in-law I told, I said, Mama, you have given me food. Now I am not obliged to tell you the loves. I will tell you the truth for a change. What is that? I said, you know, your mother-in-law looks younger than you. Swamiji, you are right. And then she told, her mother-in-law was almost 78 and this daughter-in-law was hardly 32, 34. But the mother-in-law was such a bright face, such lovely eyes, such great poise, royal expressions, at peace. And the daughter-in-law in pieces. I said, why don't you learn something from her? Swamiji, her life is really great. First thing in her life, she is disciplined. Second thing, she doesn't take service from anybody. She does everything by herself. And third and the most important thing, she does not eat the food which is more than 4 hours old. Not 4 years. Here you are living in a frozen state. See? First of all, take out from the freeze the frozen food, then it goes for thawing, and then it goes to a microwave, and like a pindadan, it is given to you. That kind of food, how can it make you healthy? See? Eat little food but eat fresh. See what a difference. So, the stress comes only when we are not at peace with ourselves. And if we are at peace with ourselves, nothing in this world can disturb us, and anybody who comes in our contact also feels that peace. See? It is something like in 2 pieces of iron. One is a magnet and the other is a mere soft iron piece. From a distance they look alike. But when you put them in a container with the nails, the one which is a magnet comes out with a lot of nails hanging around. And this one only iron, ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti kinchana. We start feeling lonely in the crowd. Why this? Because inside there are volcanoes erupting. Friends, the real success of life is the ability to love everyone and to be loved by everyone. That is the fulfillment in life. Imagine, you go home from your work, and when you go home, your wife opens the door and she is dressed in that dress which you like the most. Then she takes the briefcase from your hand, installs you on the chair, and removes your shoes, and take the warm water and a nice fresh napkin soaked in that. She wipes your feet slowly. This is just imagination. I know. Even this imagination gives so much happiness, isn't it? Imagine if you go anywhere in the world, everybody likes you, wants you. That is the real fulfillment in life. And this can happen only if the magnetic charisma in our personality is invoked. And how to do that? We take that iron piece and rub it in one direction, slowly, steadily. All the disarrayed atoms in that, they are arranged properly, and the dormancy of magnetism is broken and the magnetic charisma surfaces. Exactly, this is the way to be really successful in life. And for that, which is the magnet and which is the iron? We are the iron. And what is the magnet? Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. Never a day passes in our life when we don't have a satsanga. We have to have every day. Like every day we have to take food, every day we have to sleep, every day we have to take bath, Every day we have to go to the washrooms. In the same manner, every day keep at least an hour or two for yourself, when you remain as nobody. No wife, no husband, no brother, no sister, no mother-in-law, no daughter-in-law. Nothing. Give it a try. Remain only as Mr. Nobody. Then you will realize the meaning of real success in life. And this is possible for every one of us. There is no reservation quota in this. Many times, this reservation quota has polluted the thinking such that many people tell us, there is a trump card against me. One lady came very angrily. Swamiji, all the time you tell, be happy, be happy, be happy. Get married and show, be happy. So what do we want? We want some kind of quota for the married people. No, it's not a government of India. You have to work hard. See, and come to discover this fulfillment. Therefore, work on your mind. The mind must be an equipoise, calm, cool, alert, vigilant. And then see, success will follow us. We don't have to follow her. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.